Along the north coast of Trinidad, where the land meets the Caribbean Sea, in our culturally diverse island, Trinidad and Tobago, there's a popular beach called Maracas. Against a backdrop of lush and verdant vegetation, you'll find happy, carefree people and huts that sell one of Trinidad's most popular delicacies and fast food, fried bacon shark. In these stalls, parallel to the shore and Main Street, visitors, both locals and foreigners, flock to escape the doldrums of daily existence, smell the ocean, feel the heat of the sun and the sand between their toes, be caressed by the warm Caribbean breeze, and trump the experience with this gastronomical delight. This fried fish sandwich can be personalized with an assortment of fresh pickled fruit, crisp veggie toppings, and condiments ranging from spicy to sweet and everything in between. Bizarre Foods' Andrew Zimmern claimed it is the best fish sandwich he has ever eaten. In his own words, he said that the shark is so delicious, the sauces are so explosive, these fried buns are the perfect vehicle for sopping up all of those goodies and juices. His all-time top 10 favorite foods ever. Today, I will show you how to bring these eclectic flavors of Trinidad into your home. You will learn how to make fried bake, fried shark, or any fried fish for that matter, along with the pineapple chow, chutney, and the white garlic sauce that crowns the sandwich to make it an unforgettable experience. If this all sounds exciting to you, let's start cooking! Having a well-seasoned fish is imperative in this recipe. You can go the traditional route and use the complex green seasoning, which is a blend of all these herbs, along with garlic and the pimento peppers. A simpler yet effective seasoning will just be the BANDHANIA, garlic, and pimento peppers. If you don't have BANDHANIA, scallion is a great substitute. To make the green seasoning, I cut off the roots from the scallion. I wash all the herbs thoroughly in water several times to remove any dirt or debris, and then I chop and place it in the food processor. Here I have 1 bunch each of parsley, cilantro, scallion, and culantro or BANDHANIA. It goes into the food processor with about a cup of peeled garlic and a couple of pimento peppers. Then it goes into a mason jar to be used for this recipe and other recipes during the week. This is my seasoning prep for about 2 weeks, so keep in mind that you don't have to make this large quantity. I also like having ground BANDHANIA in my refrigerator, so I am going to puree a couple of bunches today, and I use this in curries or stew to make a quick chow. Here I've removed half to a mason jar. I've left the other half in, and I'm adding garlic and hot pepper to make a BANDHANIA chutney. Later on, when I'm ready to serve the shark and bake, I'll just add a little bit of water and salt to complete the chutney. If that's too much for you to take in, please note that the exact recipe for the seasoning for the fish will be on cookingwithria.com. Next, we'll use those seasonings to make a quick garlic sauce. Trinis are addicted to this delicious sauce and pour it on burgers, fries, and barbecue. Once you taste it, you'll understand why. It's so delicious. In a blender, I'll add 1 cup of mayo, 1 tablespoon of the ground BANDHANIA, 1 heaping tablespoon of garlic, 3 pimento peppers and 1 hot pepper, salt and pepper to taste. We'll start with a tablespoon of sugar, a 1/4 cup of vinegar to start with. We'll taste and adjust the seasonings. Tastes really good. I think that's perfect. This stuff was so good, my husband packed up all the leftovers, the entire bottle, to take back with him to the city. My sister even said, we need to start selling this stuff. It is so addicting. Now let's knead the dough for the fried bake. Today I'm using the electric mixer, and in the bowl I have 4 cups of flour. I'm adding 2 teaspoons of Himalayan salt, 4 teaspoons of brown sugar, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon yeast because I want it a little fluffier to look like the ones we buy in Maracas Bee. Next, I'll gradually add lukewarm water and mix until there is no more dried flour. It usually takes about 1½ to 2 cups of water depending on how you measure the dough. As I always say, it's better to have a wet dough than a dry dough. Now I'll add some butter. It should be room temperature, but we'll make this work. 2 tablespoons of butter, and this recipe is also on cookingwithria.com. I will also leave the link below for your easy reference. We'll knead it for about 5 minutes and add a little bit of flour because it seems to be a little wet. As you can see, my mixer is misbehaving, probably due to age and overuse, so if anybody wants to donate a mixer, we'd really appreciate it. This dough might appear very soft, but don't panic, this is just right. As I've said before, you'll get a better fried bake if the dough is soft and moist as opposed to dry and stiff. Next, I'll coat it with about a tablespoon of vegetable oil, cover it and allow it to rest for a minimum of 20 minutes while I season the shark. If you don't have an electric mixer and want to knead it by hand, please check my other fried bake video. I know this recipe is for bacon shark, but if the idea or the thought of using shark is offensive or scary to you, rest assured you can use any fish in this recipe. Catfish, tilapia, red snapper, carry, kingfish are all great substitutes and are easier to find in fish markets. It's a more enjoyable eating experience if you remove that bone or cartilage there at the center, so that's what we're doing today. It's not very difficult to do and takes less than 1 minute. Now, if it still had the skin on, then that would have been a great challenge, but luckily this did not have any skin on it today. Next, we'll slice into small pieces and we'll get ready to wash the fish. Using a little less than 1½ pounds today for this recipe, but I can warn you that this is not enough for a family of 4, especially if you have to take 2 sandwiches to your sister. So feel free to double the recipe when you're making it at home. Next, we'll wash and rinse several times with the juice of a lime or lemon or even flour and water. Once it's nice and clean and no longer have that strong fishy shark smell, it's time to season. 1/2 teaspoon black pepper and 1 teaspoon salt. Next, I'll season with that blend of BANDHANIA garlic and pepper. I decided not to use the green seasoning, but this was a great choice because my sister enjoyed that strong spicy flavor from the hot peppers here. And here I'm taking a little break to watch my little boy who's just had his first shot, and this is the quietest he's ever been since we got him. So nice and peaceful, and it only lasted 1 hour. Next, I'll make the loyas for the fried bake. Remember, we used 4 cups of flour, and because I want the bakes a little larger than usual, I will make about 9 loyas. If you have already seen my fried bake video, you'll know that with 4 cups of flour, I usually make about 16 bakes. So if you're interested in making more or seeing how I accomplish that, head on over after this video to my fried bake video. I've decided to make a mango chutney, a raw mango chutney here. So I'm using the flesh or the pulp from 1 semi-ripe mango. I'll add about a tablespoon of BANDHANIA and a tablespoon of the minced garlic, and I'll place it all in the food processor and just pulse it until it becomes a puree. So simple, easy, and delicious. Also add salt and hot pepper to taste. Since this sandwich is all about toppings and condiments, we'll make a pineapple chow. Here my husband is peeling, coring, and he will slice the pineapple. While he's doing that, I will slice the cabbage and the tomato in this handy dandy mandolin slicer. Did the same to a cucumber. I like using this because you have the option of slicing it thick or thin and very quickly. To make the pineapple chow, we used about 2 cups of the chopped pineapple and we added about 1 to 2 tablespoons of the BANDHANIA chutney. That's the ground BANDHANIA, garlic and pepper. And that's how easy it is when you do all your prep work in advance. And just to make sure you use a much larger bowl. Add salt to taste, and some people like using black pepper and lemon juice as well. Here's the BANDHANIA chutney, a tablespoon or 2 of the minced BANDHANIA, garlic and pepper, salt and water. Hang in there, friends, we're almost done. All the prep work have been completed, so this part is very easy. To fry the fish, you dust it in plain all-purpose flour, you dust it off and place it in the hot oil. It's also a good time to start heating the oil for the fried bake. Next, we'll place the fish in the hot oil and fry until the bottom is nice and golden brown. Do not overcrowd the pan or else the fish will be too oily in the end. For those of you who are still with me, I have a secret to share with you. You dust the fish in all-purpose flour, then dredge in eggs with a little bit of water, and then the main secret ingredient is a coconut panko. Using Japanese panko breadcrumbs along with coconut flakes. I tell you, it is one of the best things I've ever eaten, so do give it a try. This would also be great in an air fryer. Yeah. Next, we'll press out the bakes for the fried bake. And I usually make it about 6 inches, and I'll press it out using the palm of my hands or on a plate with a little bit of oil. It took 8 minutes to cook on the first side on a medium heat. Now we'll continue to fry on the other side for about 5 minutes. I'm busy in the background taking care of the fish and setting up the table for the final picture, so my husband has had to step in to fry the bakes, and I think he's doing a great job. Once you place the dough in the hot oil, you have to rapidly pour oil over the bake to allow it to puff up quickly and easily. Once it puffs up, flip and repeat on the other side. Drain the excess oil at the side of the pot and then place it on a paper towel lined bowl or plate. It's been cooking for about 13 minutes and it's almost done. Instead of oil, you can also flatten it out using a rolling pin. Now that the fish is also done frying, we'll drain the excess oil, tap it a bit, and then place it on a paper towel lined plate or bowl as well. And that's all there is to it, my sweet friends. I hope I have given you the confidence today to try this at home. If not, I hope you still enjoyed the video. And now for the absolute best part, putting it together and eating. You can lay all the ingredients out on your table and have everyone personalize their own sandwich. This way, no one can complain if they don't like something. For the condiments, we have the BANDHANIA chutney, tamarind chutney, hot sauce, the white garlic sauce, ketchup and mustard. And here's our mango chutney. Those of you who can't make it to Trinidad because of COVID, I hope this video has warmed your heart, tantalized your taste buds, and inspired you to get into the kitchen to make some fried bacon chow. A very special thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my channel and to those who religiously like, share, and leave a comment. We really appreciate you. If you have tried and loved any of my recipes, continue to tag me on Instagram or Facebook. I love seeing your pics. Until next time, stay safe, be well, cook, share, and love. Bye bye.